Saya salah ni. Okay, for your information, we have finished all the lectures, right? Tomorrow the class. Join tomorrow. We still have class. Okay, if we have more time tomorrow, we will do all the revision lah. So today, my plan is to complete all the tutorial for the last two tutorials that we haven't discussed. Okay. Okay, and also you can discuss. You can also ask about your assignment and about your project. Okay. For your information, your assignment I haven't marked it. Okay. I rasa tak larat dah. Banyak sangat report I kena baca. Master student lagi, master and PhD report lagi. Okay. So a lot of things I have to cover before the semester end. Okay. And kalau you tanya berapa markah for your assignment, to be honest, I tak marking lagi. I cuma tengok saja, tapi I tak marking sebab I plan I nak marking benda tu one go lah. Okay. Sebab to avoid any biasness lah. Alright, okay. This week, okay, for today class, I would like to discuss about tutorial. Our first, our tutorial about design of user interface, form, and input and output. Okay, there's the questions there for the tutorial. Okay, I really hope that all of you have done your tutorial, but when I check the link just now, only 30 plus of you have submitted the tutorial answers. Okay, and then okay, as usual, I need someone to share your stop sharing here, to share your tutorial answer. Okay, and then guide you for the correct answer. Okay. We discuss tutorial faster, and then after that we can we can discuss more about the project. Okay, project, as you know, already extended, right? Already extended to bila week 14 kan? Okay. Alright, anyone? Selain daripada yang selalu share, anyone want to share your tutorial answer? It's very easy, right? Tutorial user interface design, we haven't discussed, right? Lecture, we finished the lecture, betul? Am I right? But tutorial kita tak ada lagi. Alright, class, please respond. Okay, all the lecture we have covered, right? Semua tutorial semua lecture kita dah cover, betul? Hanya tutorial saja yang belum. Am I right? Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, itu pun in my notes pun macam tu jugalah. Alright. Okay, so this week, today class, I would like to discuss two tutorial, which is user interface design and also kita try satu lagi ni. Unit 14, LU 14, Quality Assurance and Implementation. Okay? Okay, can someone share your answer? Don't worry about the answer whether it's correct or not. Okay? Siapa-siapa yang tak pernah share lagi, can you share with us your answer? Kan nak saya panggil nama sahaja. You can unmute your mic kalau kita buat discussion. Okay, LU10, yes, LU10. 10 ni sehingga 13 terus kan dia punya ni. Yes, LU10, Faris. Can you share your answer? There are how many questions here? 5 questions. Okay.
This one ke, madam?
Yes, correct. This one. Yang ni kita discuss belum ke dah?
Belum kan?
Belum. Okay lah. Interface you buat guna ni. Okay. Alright, okay, the first question is for this one. Okay, given the guidelines presented in this chapter, identify flaws in the design of the report of an employee shown below. What assumptions about users and tasks did you make in order to assess this design? Redesign this report to correct. Okay. Apa flaws that you can identify from the picture there? Okay, what do you understand from the pictures, from the design, from the report design here that they're given in the questions here? Okay, what can you comment? Do you know the title of the report? Yeah, data not organized in proper column. Okay, I just briefly give the answers. The report lacks of a clear title. You do not know what is the title. There's a title here, but you don't know what is the the meaning of 1, 2, and 8 here. Maybe this is the date. Maybe this is starting date. We do not know. So the title here is not clear. Okay, meaningful column levels. Okay, yang ni MID, kita tak tahu MID stand for what. Okay, mungkin masuk ke employee ID dan biasanya kita akan letak sebagai staff ID. Okay, atau benda EMP ID will be better. Okay, meaningful column levels lah. Okay, and then name title. Name title normally we do not merge it. Okay, kita takkan mergekan macam ni. Okay, normally kita tak merge lah. Kita akan buat dia spread. Okay, and then the ID to random as mentioned by Rebecca. The ID is to random, is the sequence, yes, okay, and then the ID is to random, walaupun nombor dia not is sequence, okay, but try to make it from the we try to sort it lah, okay, to make it easy for us to stress. Okay, sebab kita nak, macam kita boleh tengok student metric number, we start with 8, kita tahu kita tengok kat mana because in sequence we sort the number of the student ID, student metric number. Okay, consistent spacing of rows. Okay, rows dia tak consistent lah. Okay, ada besar ada kecil dia punya rows macam title dia sini. Okay, and then proper logical sequence of informations macam ID tadi lah. ID dia is not ni lah. Name ID not arranged alphabetically in ascending order. Yes, correct. Either my advice here is for Patrick comment here. My advice here is you sort it based on ID number. So it will be better. Okay. Biasanya bila you register for as a student pun, bila you register kita akan bagi sequence number. Nombor yang in sequence lah, running number. Okay. Okay, proper segregation of column data and left specification of alphabetic text. Okay, itu tak perlu sangat lah. Okay, so there's ni lah, clear title. You cannot merge name and title. Try to make it separate column. Okay, itu antara yang kita boleh nampak lah. Alright, and then yes, here okay, as you can see here, the combination of, okay, this is the correct one. For as mentioned by siapa tadi yang share ni? Pretty, okay. This is the name and title that are cluttered up, no white space between. Okay, and then my suggestions, okay, mungkin you boleh employee ID ni you boleh buat dia dalam bentuk apa, you sort based on employee ID. For the name, be better kalau you letak last name and first name, you separate into two lah, last name and first name. Okay, and also the other one is title. So you will have 4 columns there, right? Okay. Yang ni report of employees, this is title, and then bila mungkin ini adalah date of generate, bila report tu di-generatekan lah, sama ada 1 January 2nd of January 2008 ataupun 1st of February 2008. Okay, ni you kena ni lah. Can I change the ID into a tree of focus representing titles to random number and to format responsible explanation? Can I change the ID? Tree of focus. Okay, represent the titles. The ID into tree of focus the title to random number and to format. It's okay. It's not recommended, Rebecca, because you cannot change the data here. Because you cannot change data here, but you can design. You can design the interface, the report. Okay. All right. Okay. For the 4 columns, Joanne, to answer your question, the 4 columns would be employee ID, first employee ID, last name, first name, and title. Okay. Do not change any data that already shared with you here. Data tu you tak boleh ubah, you cuma ubah the design sahaja, right? Okay. Mungkin you boleh ubah format jugalah. Okay, tapi data tu sendiri jangan diubah Okay. Okay. Boleh Okay. Green Hall Community Library needs to keep a better track of users who use the many computers available in the library. They also provide printing and photocopying service to the users. Design and draw a representation of a display screen for the users to log into the computers in the library. Label the 3 sections of display that you included. Then design a paper form to be filled at the counter by the user to register in order to use the computer service. The form should ask for name. So anything yang dibagi kat sini, name, date and type of visit, general purpose, benda ni semua you kena jadikan dia sebagai text field. Okay, kena ada input box lah. Okay, and the time they have logged off. Label the 7th section of a form that you included. Then the one, design and draw a receipt generated from the system, which the user will receive once they have paid for the printing services. Okay. Okay. We have 3 sections for the yes, correct. Header, body and body section, and the last part should be instruction sections. Section lah yang sepatutnya kat bawah ni. Login ni is not a section. Login ni adalah dalam body ni lah. Okay. This is login features. This is we can call this a body of the interface. Okay, of the display screen. And then we have ni lah, instruction section. Instruction section, contoh kat sini, remember me, forgot password ni, ataupun you letakkan mana-mana lagi kat sini to register. If you are new user, okay, you provide another link, for example. Okay, that's what we call instruction sections. Okay, there are 3 sections, remember, header, body and instruction section. Okay. Alright. Okay, design and draw. Okay, information which should be included, user ID and password lah. Yang kita baca ni buat tadi lah. Okay, forgot user ID, forgot password, semua apa, what should you do? If you forgot user ID, what should you do? Okay, and for example, enter instruction section lah. For example, enter your user ID and password. To reset your user ID and password, please ask the service counter for assistance. This is an example of instruction sections. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next questions. Okay, paper form. This is a form that you have to fill in. Okay, make sure you cover all the questions, all the details that are already mentioned in the questions. Okay, you should have a name. Yeah, make sure you set the full name. Yes, name, date and time of visit, general purpose for computer use. Okay. processing web surfing, processing web surfing ni sepatutnya you boleh je check. Yeah, this is what we call checkbox kan. Okay. And at the time they have log off, ada time log off. Alright, label the 7 section of a form that you included. These are natural receipts. Okay. Okay, kita tengok Okay. Okay, we have a logo here. Header identifications. Ini menunjukkan siapa yang login lah. Okay. And then body, purpose for the use. Okay, the instructions, time logs off, and then decoration lah. Decoration here means you submit lah. Okay. Where's the submit button here? Do you have oh, this is a form, right? This is a paper fill form, no need lah. Okay. Right. Okay. But when you transfer this into the screen screen form, okay. The time of visit ni, date of visit ni, no need for you to ask the user to fill in, because the system you just set using a default setting lah. Okay. The UXS system so semua tu lah. Okay. Alright. Okay, and then you ada identification. Okay, header dah ada, instructions, yes. Okay, signature, yes. Signature, comment sections, yes. And then apa lagi ibu ada? Dia semua 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, correct. Okay. Yang ni tak semestinya semua pelajar ikut format ni lah, tapi as long as you ada 7 sections here. Okay, and then you have to cover all, kalau your layout is different, should be okay. Okay, as long as all the details that I already mentioned in the question you already covered. Yang tu penting untuk dapat kemarkahan yang penuh. Okay, kalau soalan dia berkatakan mark things macam ni, you mark tick all that apply. Okay, contoh kat sini kalau soalan tu kata the user only can use one application for one session. Okay, maksudnya kalau benda tu bentuk screen form, you boleh buat drop down this box, ataupun you boleh buat gunakan radio button. Okay, checkbox tak boleh. So checkbox you can choose more than one options. Correct? Faham? Apa-apa pun soal awak kena fahamkan soalan tu betul-betul. Okay. Can I put the purpose for computer use like the comment section like they write themselves? Rebecca, I don't think you can do that because the question already mentioned the purpose for word processing, for web surfing, semua kan already mentioned in the questions. Okay, the comments here in case diperlukan apa-apalah request from the, and then normally comments ni tak wajib diisi lah, it's not compulsory for you to fill in. Okay, and then in case you have any remarks, any notes yang you nak bagi orang tu tahu, nak to inform the librarian, okay, about your application. Okay, boleh Okay, then we go to the receipt. Comment tu you kena buat. Itu adalah salah satu section dalam form. Okay. Kalau you tengok pun dalam kita minta, okay, bila kita buat question survey to the students, you buat survey ke mana-mana, it will be better if you can provide. There is one section kat mana dia boleh bagi comment. But it's not compulsory. You don't mark it as a compulsory field lah. Awak jangan wajibkan dia orang isi. Sebab mungkin ada student, mungkin ada respondent yang nak ada comment, ada positive feedback kan, negative feedback kan to your study, for example. So you just give them opportunity or chance for them to share their thought. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is a receipt here. Receipt for what just now? Receipt tadi untuk apa? Design the receipt from the system which the user will receive once they have paid for the printing services. Okay, printing services receipt. Okay. Okay, printing service dia ada kata tak? Printing service tu ada kata tak, kata ke? Printing and photocopying service to the users kan? Okay. Tengok soalan juga ke sini Tak apa, printing. Okay, you scroll. Okay, here. For example, receipt number. Yes, this is auto-generated lah. Should be a running number. Then, okay, service type. Maybe you can say type of printing. Mungkin color printing is different price, and black and white printing is different price. And then number of quantity. Okay, this printing 150 per page. Quantity should be 450 lah kan? RMCD for the printing. Okay. And then maybe for total amount to be paid, mungkin 450. Saya tak faham awak punya calculation kat sini. Pretty, okay, here, printing 150 per piece. Okay, I assume this is for color printing lah. Okay, kita assume di color printing. It would be better if you provide color printing and then it's a black and white printing. Okay, black color printing lah. Black printing and colored printing. Okay, yang ni I assume 150 ni for color printing lah. 150 for color printing. Okay, 3 per piece, you dah mention per piece here. Kalau dia 3 should be RM sini, total dia 450 lah. Right? And then total should be 450. Quantity tak payah lagi letak total quantity for the whole. Kalau you ada another printing also can. Tapi yang kat sini letak total lah. Kenapa jadi 5? Kenapa jadi 5? 3 ni. Total should be 350, right? 450. Okay. Bahaya ni kalau receipt dah salah macam ni. Okay. Kalau ni dah final memang ni lah. Okay. Memang walaupun format dia betul, tapi the example of data yang ditunjuk tu tak betul. Jadi kita tak tahu macam mana calculation ni. Kita dapat payment receive RM5. Okay, change payment total amount to be paid lah. Better you mention total amount to be paid. Total amount to be paid is 450. Okay, and then payment receive RM5. Okay, lepas tu change dia berapa. Betul lah. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yang ni sepatutnya dia punya ni adalah it's not Petari. Sepatutnya Green Hall Communities Library Printing Services. Okay, awak kena ikut soalan yang sebab soalan tu berkenaan dengan Green Hall Community Library Services, right? Kan? Awak jangan ubah kepada Petari. Okay? Okay, you kena ikut soalan lah. Melainkan soalan tu dia mention pustaka Sarawak ke apa, then you have to follow the questions. Okay? Yang ni pun sama. Yang your paper form tadi. Yang ni. Okay. Alright. Okay. The rest okay? Yang lain semua okay? Okay. Okay. Name the coding type in figure 1. Okay. Alphabetic derivation code. Yes, correct. Okay, the disadvantages of, yes, correct. Okay, this is the answer lah yang kita nampak dalam slide kan. Okay, this is correct answer. When the alphabetic portion is small or when the name contains fewer consonants than the code requires. Okay, sebab bila kita less or need fewer consonants, dia akan jadi masalah lah. Okay. Alright. Okay, this is the correct answer from Priti here. Designing accurate data entry lists the 3 main problems that can occur with input transactions. Apa dia? Submitting the wrong data. Yes. You key in the wrong data. Submitting data by unauthorized person. by someone who shouldn't have an access to enter or to submit the data, and then asking system to perform unacceptable functions. Okay, yang ni adalah three main problems lah that can occur with input translation. Satu adalah key in the wrong data, submitting the wrong data, submitting data by unauthorized person, daripada orang yang tak sepatutnya log into the system, asking system to perform unacceptable function. Okay, ini adalah antara input translation yang selalu bermasalah lah. Alright, okay. Okay, this is the correct answer from Pretty here. Pretty, is okay kalau kita gunakan you punya ni terus untuk the whole untuk tutorial ni untuk LU. Okay. Rebecca, okay. Don't worry, Rebecca. This is what we call tutorial. Okay, we discuss about the questions. Okay. Alright. List down the test used to validate input data. Okay. Missing data. Yes, correct. Incorrect field length. Yes. Data have unacceptable composition. Yes. Data out of range. Data are invalid. Data do not match with stored data. Okay. Okay. I have a few. Okay, just 1, 2, 3, 6. Six. I have 6 here. I have 8 answers here. Okay. First test. Okay. Ada juga answer dari Berberti ni ada yang betul Memang kebanyakan yang betul. Okay. First test for missing data. Yang lain semua salin test for missing data. Test for correct field length. Maksudnya length of the input tu sesuai. Okay, test for correct field length. Contohnya kalau you tanya nombor IC, tapi nombor IC kan panjang, right? Kita ada berapa? 6, 10, right? Without spaces, okay? Without dash. Okay, tapi you setkan sebagai 5 saja. Ini kita katakan test ni tak betul lah. Test for correct field length, the second one. The third one, test for class or composition. Yang ketiga lah, data have an acceptable composition, macam kita cakap sini. Test for range or reasonableness. Test for range of or reasonableness. Okay, betul apa yang kita mention about range here. Test for invalid values. Test data that are invalid. Yes, test for invalid values. For example, you letak magic number, you letak number dia 6 digit tapi you letak 8 ataupun you letak negative number, for example. What will happen? This is what we call we test the invalid data. Okay. 6, test for comparisons with stored data. Inilah data do not match with stored data lah. Okay. And then setting up self-validating codes. And then using check digits. Okay, yang second, yang tu last ni benda yang ni juga dah benda yang baru lah. Okay. Alright. Semua dapat? Okay, good. Nanti you share lah sama sendiri. Okay, I believe you ada group sendiri kan? Bet you, okay, you share kat situ nanti your answer. Okay. Alright. Question number 14. Designing user interface. Okay. Bila you just now you create a field forms and then create the receipt for the as an output design, right? Okay, ini adalah contoh-contoh soalan. Ini adalah contoh-contoh soalan yang boleh ditanya dalam final exam. Memang dalam final exam you are request to design a user interface, sama ada input, output ataupun yang ni user interface ni. For example, types of feedback here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Question number 5. As a system developer, how can you ensure that different cognitive styles of individual users were addressed? Okay. Okay, different cognitive styles of individual users are introduced by making sure that it's available in different forms. Yes, this allows users with different cognitive abilities to make sense of this data. The forms mentioned include tables, yes, correct, graph, text, and different types. Yes, correct. This is the correct answer from Pretty here. Okay, betul jawapan Pretty tu. Okay. And then what are three factors of categories of physical consideration in HCI design? Explain. When explain here, you need to explain lah. Vision, hearing, and touch. Correct? Okay, tapi tak ada explanation here. Okay. Kalau soalan kat sini ada sembilan contoh. Let's say we assume this is a final exam question, and then normally in every question kita akan allocatekan terus markah ke tepi tu and next to the question. Okay, let's say the question is 9 and the allocated marks 9 marks here. Okay, kalau you just list down mungkin akan dapat 3 sahaja. Ataupun kalau dia kata sebab kita ada rubric, contoh kalau jawapan dia betul-betul setiap factors tu hanya 0.5, so you hanya akan dapat 1.5. Kalau setiap faktor tu adalah 1, so you akan dapat 3 out of 9. Okay? So, explain, it's clearly mentioned here, explain, so you need to explain. Vision, length of the distance from the display to the person performing a task. Okay? The angle of display in relation to the person viewing it. Okay, yang this were in terms of vision perspective lah. The size and uniformity of the characters, the brightness, contrast, balance, glare, and whether display is blinking or stable. Jadi ada semua factor-factor yang you have to consider. Okay, in terms of the vision. Okay. Hearing, noisy laser printers and phone conversation can lead to overload on human hearing. Okay, yang ni in terms of hearing. Touch, of course, the keyboards. Okay, keyboards, direct manipulations using a stylus pen, stylus pen, using a mouse or using a touch screen. Okay, ini antara factors or categories of physical consideration in HCI design. Okay. Why this is useful? Because because kita kena cater juga semua user in terms of sebab ada user yang blind, deaf or impaired hearing, lepas tu ada person yang with limited mobility. Okay, so this kind of this kind of people yang kita kena fulfill juga dia orang punya requirement when they want to use the system. Okay, for the blind people, what we can do is we use a braille keyboards, special software that reads web page and other documents aloud, or they can use a screen magnifiers. Okay, maksudnya dia enlargekan screen. They have their own lens to enlarge the screen. Okay. Deaf or impaired hearing, for this kind of person, we can include access to written version of the audio material. Kita boleh gunakan headphones. Okay. Ni mungkin lebih kuat lah. Okay. People with limited mobility, we use speech input. Kita biasa tengok kalau orang yang pakai wheelchair yang stroke, kan, stroke the whole body. Okay, they still can use the system, the system. Okay. Kadang-kadang menggunakan pergerakan mata saja. Okay, for the example here, we can use a speech input. Breathing into a tube, gunakan pernafasan. Okay, looking at the spot, can detect our eyes. Okay, thinking about where the cursor should move. Okay, menggunakan, and this is all what we call consideration that we should include in our HCI design. Okay. Boleh? Okay. Question. Okay, describe the following types of feedback. Okay. The first feedback, this is what we call acknowledging acceptance of input. You acknowledge the input. Recognizing the input is in the correct form. Okay, to confirm lah. Okay, the first feedback notifies, okay, the given answer here is the first feedback notifies user that input is accepted by system, correct? This means that the input entered is in the correct format. Yes, correct. Okay. Tapi you be better kalau you gunakan perkataan to acknowledge lah, acknowledge the acceptance of the input. Yang ni pun jawapan ni pun boleh diterima lah. Sebab dia kata input entered is accepted by the system. Okay, acceptance lah. Okay. The second feedback here, please enter your first name, please enter your last name, email required. Field. Okay. What you can do, the only option that you can do is to just click the OK button. This is just to remind you. Okay. The second feedback notifies the users that input entered is incorrect and not accepted by the system. Yes, correct. Correct answer. Notifying the input is not in the correct form. Betul? Yes, but they just want to notify the user. Okay, the data that you enter is not in the correct format lah. Okay. The third one. Are you sure you want to delete the selected items? The third feedback is confirmation feedback, which will collect the user's input to finalize the process, as the process will be irreversible one. Yes. Okay. This process, okay, we have two options here, cancel and okay. Okay, this feedback, okay, offering the user more detailed feedback. Okay, you just dan dapatkan confirmation. Okay, adakah kenapa kita perlukan this kind of feedback? Sebab kita nak elakkan the user mistakenly delete the item, delete the record, delete the data. Okay, ni kita nak lah. Okay, this is the things that we try to avoid. Okay, we try to avoid the mistake by the user. Okay, boleh? Okay, correct. Cuma yang B tadi you kena explain more lah. Vision, okay, how, the hearing, and touch. Okay, Pretty? Alright, thank you Pretty for the sharing. Okay. Senang je kan? Okay. Nanti esok mungkin saya akan cuba kita discuss mungkin kita cuba discuss benda-benda yang boleh masuk final. Okay, sebab saya tak tahu what is the question for the final. I did contribute a few questions, okay, tapi I'm not sure whether my question will be selected or not by the committee. Okay. Alright, okay. Next tutorial. Next tutorial. Siapa lagi nak share? Anyone? Anyone? Please, at least someone share, then we can discuss. No, Eluton is done. Yes, siapa yang belum pernah share, mari. Join robot tu. Don't worry about your question. Tak lengkap tak apa. Tapi saya tak nak terus bagi jawapan. At least saya nampak ada student yang ada buat dah. At least there's a student who has make an effort to complete your tutorial. Okay? LU14. Now we move to LU14. Lagi senang kan? Lepas ni kita akan discuss about your project. Project. Bukan saya dah cover ke? LU14. Before the tempoh bertenang that day. Belum Yes, before. I rasa because in my notes here, I dah cover dah. Monday. Ke you tak ingat sebab banyak sangat dah kita pasal user interface ni? Okay, kalau nak cover lecture ni, I can cover this lecture. Memang dah lah sebab I still remember yang kita cerita pasal folklore. Ada tak? Is it? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I can. Nampaknya kita teruskan lah dengan lecture. Okay, never mind. Sebab in my notes here, lecture tujuh lagi saya tak cover. Tadi I tanya, you kata dah. Ingat tak I tanya awal tadi? Tak apa. Never mind. Okay. Tak apa. Kita cover saja. Don't worry. Okay. So esok tutorial. Okay. Kita sampai 15. Saya rasa memang saya dah cover. I'm not sure whether you focus ke tak sebab towards the end kan masa tu. Okay, saya nak apa ni? Saya nak share. Okay. Alright, this one. Belum Tadi saya tanya semua dah. Okay. Tak apa. Sebab saya tak tahulah sebab saya rasa macam dah sebab kadang-kadang benda ni saya ajar juga dalam project management dalam kelas-kelas lain. Folklore method dah Okay. Method dah. Alright. Yang ni, okay, never mind. This is our last lecture, testing implementations. Last learning unit. Okay, last learning unit, but this is going to be our last lecture lah. Kita akan lecture lagi. So, right, a class lah. It's not a lecture, it's a class. Okay, quality assurance and implementation, learning objective to recognize the importance of users and at least taking a total quality approach to improve the quality of software design and maintenance. Realize the importance of documentation, testing, maintenance, and auditing. Okay. In the previous chapter, you already learned about how to design. Semua design, user interface, form, input, output, and reports. Semua kan? So now we already complete the design part. Okay, now we move to the testing implementation. Maksudnya you test but you want to deliver the system to the user. Okay? Okay, we stop at 15 Saya rasa yang structure workthrough dah tahu kan? I just want to just ni sajalah. Just go through this part lah. Okay. Structure workthrough is one of the important method process. Okay. This is the what we call the strongest quality management actions. To do structure workthrough routine ni, you ask a peer review. You ask your peer to review and to monitor your system programming. Okay. Maksudnya you panggil online, you panggil your friends yang tak terlibat dalam you punya coding tu untuk tengok you punya coding tu. Okay. The objective here to evaluate the product systematically on an ongoing basis. Maksudnya kat sini kita nak walk through dulu benda tu sebelum kita bagi kepada user. Alright. There are 4% should involve in a walkthrough. Walkthrough coordinator, Yang ni memang kita dah cover. Okay, ensure that the others adhere to any roles assigned to them and to ensure that any activity schedule are accomplished. Okay, this is what we call about workflow coordinator, to coordinate the process. A programmer or a peer analyst, they will ni adalah untuk apa? This is the programmer yang membuat code tu. So you should, kalau if you are the programmer, you should be there and to listen to the errors yang put out by the other programmer. Okay, yang ni kita bagi peer lah, programmer or analyst peer, present to point out errors or position problems in your coding in your system. Okay, and then kita ada note taker, a peer who takes notes about suggestion, apa-apa improvement yang can be done, jot down oleh ni lah, note taker. Okay, top down approach kita dah cover. Okay, you dah baca belum benda-benda ni? Belum Yes, system documentation. Okay, procedure manuals. Okay, system documentation. Okay, there's no single standard design and documentation technique in use today. Okay, you can use any format. Okay, especially for the procedure manual. Okay, for the manual. Okay, you can use any format as long as the user understand what you're going to say in your what you're going to explain in your procedure manuals. Okay. Each technique has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay, folklore method ni lebih kepada kita mendengar cerita review daripada orang-orang sebelum-sebelum ni lah. Sebab tu dia kata folklore method. Okay. System analyst must choose a technique that fits in well with what was previously used in the organization and that allows flexibility and easy modification. You are free to use any system documentation. Okay. Normally kita akan biasa gunakan procedure manuals lah. Okay, to explain, to guide the user how to use the system. Okay, for example, when you use the system e-Belajar, okay, do you have any guidance from Unimas, from CITDS before? Ada tak? Tak tahu. Bila bagi je sistem, you terus pandai belajar, you terus faham, you terus ni lah, kan? Okay, macam kita orang pun bila guna e-lib, for example, e-lib, sebelum ni kita guna lain, kita guna e-lib, okay? Tak ingat saya apa nama dia. Okay, betul-betul tak ingat. Saya ingat, sekarang tak ingat lah. Okay, and then when we are given the e-lib, our new LMS, Learning Management System, okay, memang kita akan dibagi training. We are required lah to attend the training. It's not compulsory lah. Kalau you rasa you nak attend the training, kalau you rasa you nak to know more about the e-lib features, okay, then you can attend. Okay, kat situ dia akan introduce all the features that we can use for our e-lib page, for our course lah. Okay. Alright. Okay, procedure manuals, yang ni kita biasa tengok lah. Okay, the English language component of documentations, key section and the introduction, how to use the software, what to do if. This is for ni lah. For troubleshoot lah, what to do if things go wrong, technical reference sections and index information, how to contact the manufacturer. Okay, kadang kita ada FAQ juga, frequently asked questions. Okay, may also contain program codes, flowcharts and so on, intended to communicate to those who use them. Mungkin tak semua codes lah, codes yang perlu dan penting sahaja. Alright. Procedure manual complaints, they are poorly organized. This is always the complaint from the user lah. Poorly organized. It's hard to find the needed information. Okay, susah kita dapatkan maklumat yang kita betul-betul perlukan. The specific case equation does not appear in the manual. Okay, sometimes we experience different technical problems. Then when we try to refer to the manual, it's not listed there. Okay, yang dia also happen lah. Okay, the manual is not written in plain English. Okay, yang ni in term of language lah. Alright, and then normally and then you should not only English. If your software or system ni used by a different country, you should provide the different language based on depends on the country lah, kat mana user you akan berada. Okay, in which country. Kalau digunakan di Malaysia, of course, you need to provide an English and Malay version. Kalau di Japan, mungkin Japanese version. Okay, Middle East, you can provide Arabic version, for example. Okay, sebab tu kadang-kadang kita tengok bila kita beli ke kereta, for example, ke kereta dah saya rasa sampai nampak. Dia punya persediaan sangat-sangat tepat. Bila kita tengok kadang-kadang benda tu adalah different version of language actually. Okay. And then the problem is yang ni dia katakan the manual is not written in plain English because this is the reason and this is the causes here because from the original language, contoh dibuat di Malaysia contoh bila ditranslate ke English dia tak tepat ataupun dibuat di Indonesia lepas tu dia ditranslate ke English daripada dia not originally English version. Sebab tu kalau ditranslate dia tak jadi dia akan not written well lah in English. Okay? Ini adalah salah satu faktor dia lah. Okay, kenapa not written in English. Okay. Folklore methods, okay, custom tries to capture in writing that users are currently doing to get all programs to run without problems. Okay, ini seperti yang biasa kita ni lah, custom. Okay, tells stories that users tell regarding how the system work. Okay, kita dengar cerita daripada the previous user, for example. Sayings, brief statements representing generalization or advice. Ini kita dengar juga. Okay. Art forms, kita merujuk kepada flowchart, diagrams and tables that users draw sometimes may be more useful than flowchart drawn by the original system author. Okay. Kadang-kadang bila the design, bila the system developer create the develop the procedure manual. Okay, sometimes it's very hard for you to understand the flowchart. Okay, tapi bila user yang from the user perception, okay, bila dia draw the flowchart, dia lebih faham. User lain pun lebih faham compared to flowchart yang itu case yang di provide oleh developer, for example. Okay. Okay, sayings, do this and it works. Okay, ini based on experience lah. Okay, customs, descriptions of how users currently get the system to run. Okay, dia lebih kepada yang kita percaya lah. Okay. Art forms, diagrams, tables and flowcharts tells stories about how users were able to get the system to work. Okay, ini lebih kepada kita mendengar, kita belajar daripada cerita sebelum ni. For example kan, kalau you ada masalah sistem kan, lepas tu ada kawan you bila tak dapat akses sistem, ada kawan cakap, okay, cuba you akses dalam pukul 1 pagi, for example, mungkin masa tu kurang ni, sistem you akan dapat check your result. Bila you check your result nanti, you akan dapat masalah lah sebabnya bila you check, kalau daytime memang agak senang, agak sukar for you to view your result. This is from the students' comments lah. Previously, okay. So this is yang tu lebih kepada test lah, okay, based on the this is test and saying lah, based on the experience from the previous user. Okay. The danger of relying on folklore is that the information gathered from users may be correct, partially correct or incorrect. This is the possible risk lah yang kalau you bergantung kepada folklore method. Okay. Alright, is it okay when you want to choose the design and choosing a design and documentation technique? Okay, is it compatible with existing documentation? Okay, adakah sesuai untuk buat that kind of documentation? Is it understood by others in the organization? Kalau your organization biasa menggunakan procedure manual, okay, then just use a procedure manual. Does it allow you to return to working on the system after you have been away from it for a period of time? Can you refer back to that manual when you are away from a period of time? Okay, and you can consider juga lah. Okay, is it suitable for the size of the system you are working on? Sesuai tak dokumen tu untuk size of the system that you are working on? Okay. You have to choose the best technique lah based on all of these factors. Does it allow for a structured design approach if that is considered to be more important than the other factors? Okay. Does it allow for easy modification? Easy for you to modify based on the documentation that you prepared before? Okay. So benda-benda ni adalah penting okay, to help you for the maintenance part of your system later on, right? Okay, testing, maintenance, and auditing. The testing process, you know, is testing, right? Okay, kalau kita ikut kepada SDLC for SAD, the testing part is the third last or the second last of the process, right? Phase. Second or third last of the phases. Okay, there are 7 phases, right? Sama ada yang kelima ataupun yang keenam lah. Okay, it's testing phase. Okay, the testing process, maintenance practices, and testing ni first, and then you do the maintenance. Okay, bila user dah guna for a few for a period of time, then you of course require dia mungkin akan bertambah. Okay, and then you do the maintenance parts lah. Okay, and then the auditing for the auditor to review your system, to check, to audit your system. Once the analyst has designed and coded the system, testing, maintenance, and auditing of it are prime considerations. Okay, bila you siap sistem saja tak bermakna tugas you siap. Tak. Okay, you kena respond to the testing process as well. Okay, testing process, all the system newly written or modified application programs, as well as new procedural manuals, new hardware, and all system interfaces must be tested thoroughly. Okay. Thoroughly, for example, program testing with test data, link testing with test data, full system testing with test data, full system testing with live data. First, program by program. Okay, by program with testing with test data. Okay, by program. Lepas tu, setiap program tu you link kan, you link the testing with test data. You link all the programs. Okay, and then when you link all the program, it become full system testing with test data. Test data here, data from you, from the tester. Okay, and then full system testing with live data. Live data is the real data. Okay, nanti akan ada explain ke sini lah. Okay, programmers, analysts, operators, and users all play different roles in testing software and system. Programmers program with testing with test data. Dia hanya test the module, the unit yang dia buat sahaja, right? And then analyst link testing with test data. They merge all the program to the module, the unit of the code to. Okay, first they merge they link all the program or the module, for example, and then they do and then the analyst will do the link testing with this data. Sama ada data tu bila connected, dia akan save to the right. For example, save to the right database or not, save to the right file ke, okay, dia akan pergi ke correct interface or not, okay, can be viewed by different module or different unit, for example. Okay, and then users full system testing with live data. Okay, live data ni users dia mesti live data, maksudnya data yang sebenar. Okay, dia bukannya test data yang di-provide oleh tester. Okay, operators here full system testing with test data lah. Yang ni tiga ni adalah test data. Okay, yang ni full system. Programmers, analysts, lepas tu operators akan test semua. Okay, lepas tu users yang akan test dengan live data. That's the difference. Okay, clear? Okay. Dash check programs. The programmer follows each step in the program on paper to check whether the routine works as it is written. Test with both valid and invalid data. Okay, yang ni this is one of the requirement for FYP. Memang kita nak, kalau saya lah, memang saya nak belajar test data with valid and invalid data. Valid and invalid data ni kita nak check in term of accuracy of the data lah. Okay, dia accurate ke tak. This data are run to see if best routine works and also to catch errors. Okay, contoh, kalau you letak actually number should be a number, right? Tapi kalau saya masukkan character, adakah that value, adakah that interface, that system the unit can process my data. Kalau the stick can process, maksudnya you tak consider the invalid data ni. Okay, sepatutnya bila I letak that field untuk metric number, but when I enter the characters there, you should give a feedback interface to me. Sama ada you bagi warning ataupun you bagi notification lah. Okay, for the incorrect format. Alright, check outputs for errors and make any needed corrections. The list might point out the programmer's omission of data types to be added in the test. Okay, check any outputs, okay, for the errors and make correction is required lah. Okay. Link testing with this data, also referred to as string testing. Check to see if programs that are interdependent actually work together as planned. So secara ni kita dah mergekan data tu, kita dah mergekan kita mergekan program tu. Kalau kita ada 7 units, for example, 7 module, okay, to linkkan semua module tu, okay, jadi kita tengok sama dia can work together or not. Okay. Test for normal transactions, those that make up the bulk of the load. Okay, kita cuba testkan dia punya transactions. Okay, transaction ni kadang-kadang kita boleh buat stress testing. Kita boleh stress testing here means kita stress kan, tekanan. Kita bagi dan atau kita boleh bagi sebagai load testing. Load testing tu kita bagi dia actually two different lah, load testing dan stress testing. Testing kita bagi, kita tekan ke sistem tu dalam keadaan yang abnormal. Contoh stress testing, kita test kereta. Kereta bila dia melangkah satu dinding tu, kita tengok how bad dia punya kesan tu kepada driver, kepada passengers dalam tu. Mesti gunakan dummy passengers. Okay, itu contoh stress testing. Load testing, for example, kita bagi sistem tu, kita bagi 1000 user access the system at one time. Kita tengok what will happen to the system. Sama dia boleh proses tak. Okay, this is what we call load testing lah. Okay. Boleh? Test with invalid data, yani if the system works with normal transaction, variation are added, including invalid data used to ensure that the system can properly detect errors. Okay, contohnya bila you masukkan, macam cakap tadi, matric number, you masukkan character, dia mesti can accept and can save it. Okay, dia save to the database. Yang tu you tak ada, yang tu memang it's very obvious lah, you didn't do any test with invalid data. Okay? Boleh so far? Alright, full system testing with this data. When links tests are concluded, the system is complete. Entity must be tested. Okay, bila kita dah linkkan semua sebagai satu full system, okay, and then of course you need to do another testing. Kalau dalam ni kita panggil, kalau dalam software testing kita panggil unit testing, component testing, component of unit testing. Lepas tu kita ada integration testing, the system testing, and then user testing. Okay, secara individual the module kita test. Okay, bila the module tu dah test secara individual, semuanya okay, and then we try to link it to the dalam module yang besar. We test again sama ada dia boleh jalan ke tak. If boleh, kita link ke dia kepada 10 module menjadi satu sistem. Okay, this is what we call persistent testing lah. Okay, the system as a complete entity must be tested. Operators and end users become actively involved in testing. Educate documentation in procedure manuals, okay, to afford a correct and efficient operations. Okay, yang ni kita user boleh rujuk lah, operators and end users boleh rujuk lah procedure manuals to see, okay, to understand how the system works. Okay, are procedure manuals clear enough? Do they communicate how data should be prepared for input? Okay, procedure manual to mention that what kind of data, what type of or what format of data that can be entered into the certain field, for example. Do workflows actually flow? Adakah data dia betul-betul flow ataupun dia stuck somewhere else? Okay, this is the things that you need to be clear as well. Okay, those workflows necessitated by the new or modified system. Is output correct and do users understand this output? Adakah output dia seperti dikendaki oleh user? And then does the user understand the output? Do users understand that this is how it will look in its final form? Macam kita bincang tadi, kita dah create macam receipt is one of the output design, right? Okay, tu adakah user setuju format your output, format your report is macam tu. Receipt, report is output lah. Okay, yang tu you kena consult dengan, you need to consult again with the user. Okay, full system testing with live data, comparison of the new system output with what you know to be correctly processed output. Only small amounts of live data are used. Okay, live data is data that have been successfully processed through the existing system. This is the real data lah. Okay, of course, if it involve users, okay, real users. Okay, maintenance practices, reduce maintenance costs. Our aim is to reduce maintenance costs, improve the existing software. This is one of the causes, why we want to maintain the system. We want to improve the existing software rather than to respond to a crisis of fairness. Sebab bila kita dapat contoh kan, kalau you guna apa-apa apps pun, bila you tertekanlah mana-mana button ke mana-mana function, okay, tiba-tiba tak dapat, dia akan kata send reports kan, ada keluar satu feedback interface, dia kata send reports to the ni, contoh Word send reports to Microsoft. Okay, when you send report to Microsoft, the Microsoft team will know. Okay, they will investigate lah report tu datang daripada macam mana report tu boleh terjadi, and then why this kind of report happen. Okay, jadi dia akan tahu, oh, user ni perlukan this features, sebab tu dia tertekan ni, dia salah faham, contoh. Okay, so this is how they can improve the system. Okay, update software in response to the changing organizations. Emergency and adaptive maintenance comprises less than half of all system maintenance. Okay, to update the software. Okay, yang ni in response to the changing organization lah. Contoh ada satu lagi sistem, ada lagi satu contoh ada lagi satu sistem. Contoh sekarang ni kita hanya ada transcript academic. Who knows, in the future memang ada dalam perancangan lah. Kita akan ada academic, start academic transcript only, tapi you akan ada core curriculum transcript also. Itu dalam perancangan, tapi tak tahu bila akan dilaksanakan lah. Okay, this is one of the example. Okay, sebab kita ada change it because of the changes requested by the organization, so you can adapt, you can provide, then you can update lah the software, the features there. Ensure channels for feedback. The user must be able to communicate problems and suggestions easily to those who will be maintaining the system. You can provide a platform lah, okay, platform or channels, okay, to get the feedback from the users. The better the system design, the easier it will be to maintain, and the less money the business will have to spend on maintenance. Okay. This is the ni lah, the advantage dia kalau you ada the good maintenance process. Okay. Maintenance activities here. 4 types of maintenance tasks can be identified. Okay. Immediately after implementation, early operational life, middle operational life, and later operational life. This is maintenance lah. Okay. Biasanya bila you just deliver the system to the user, of course this is under this category lah, immediately after implementation. Okay. And then lepas tu towards the end of the system juga, we akan ada satu lagi later operational life. This is based on the requirement of change of the organization, for example. Okay. Adaptive maintenance here, non-adaptive, maintenance major enhancement, none here. Preventive maintenance, this is depends on the correct. It depends on the corrective maintenance here as well lah. And then also preventive maintenance also ada juga, tapi dia low lah. Okay, so this is how you can see lah. Okay, for that maintenance task that can be identified. Okay, so this is the category of maintenance lah, type of maintenance here. Okay. Alright, auditing. Auditing is, okay, once you complete your system, you send to the user, and then the user use it, okay, and then akan ada satu team, we call it auditing team, to check. Dia lebih kepada sama ada dia menepati standard ataupun dia menepati kepuasan pengguna atau tidak. is the purpose biasanya lah. Okay, auditing having an expert who is not involved in setting up or using the system. They are not among the software developers, among the team developers. They are also not among the users lah. Examine information in order to ascertain its reliability, to check sama ada sistem reliable ke tak. Alright. There are internal and external auditors. Internal auditors work for the same organisation that owns the information system. Okay, yang ni macam kat Unimas kita ada internal auditors. Contohnya kat Unimas ni sistem BPPS akan audit oleh internal auditors. Unimas sendiri ada internal auditors, tapi internal auditors ni bukan di kalangan team yang develop the system. Dan mereka juga bukan yang mengguna sistem. Okay, kita nak avoid bias lah kat sini. Okay, internal auditors work for the same organisation that owns the information system. Dia ada unit dia sendiri, unit kualiti dalaman. Okay, so these are the group of people yang akan audit the system before the real auditor comes to Unimas. Okay, maksudnya why we ask the internal auditors to audit our system, sebab kita nak reduce the errors. Okay, when the system audit by the external auditor. External auditor ni of course orang luar lah. Okay, they communicate their audit findings to others so as to improve the usefulness of the system information. Okay, bila kita dah tengok kelemahan sistem kita sendiri, okay, from the different unit lah, waktu kita dalam staff Unimas yang akan audit. Example dia audit, lepas tu dia kata okay sistem ni perlu ni, lepas tu dia terus directly discuss dengan auditor, dengan developer lah, which is the CITDS for example. Okay, lepas tu CITDS terus improve sebelum external auditor masuk datang untuk audit. Okay, macam tu juga dengan program-program yang ditawarkan di semua MPTA yang yang ada, yang MQA accreditation lah. Okay, di mana sebelum MQA, pegawai MQA datang daripada KPT datang. Okay, universiti sendiri macam kat Unimas staff sendiri yang akan audit. Kita ada unit auditing kita sendiri yang akan audit kita punya sistem, kita punya course portfolio. Dia akan check semua kelayakan pensyarah yang mengajar, akan dia check semua sama ada pensyarah ni boleh tak layak ke mengajar course ni, layak ke mengajar degree, layak ke mengajar master or PhD. For example, PhD tak boleh, yang tak ada PhD mengajar. For example, dia orang akan check semua. Kita boleh jadi course coordinator untuk master program. Kalau yang tak ada PhD, itu antara requirement dia lah. Okay. Lepas tu kena ada meeting untuk step soalan final exam, kena ada vetting process. And then ada 2 vetter yang perlu melihat semua soalan tu. For example, okay, kita sebagai pensyarah kena sediakan beberapa set untuk dipilih untuk final exam. Okay, ini adalah antara MQA requirement lah. Okay, ini contoh audit proses yang dibuat. Okay, internal auditors study the controls used in the information system to make sure that they are adequate. So this is inside firm lah, inside organization. Okay, as auditors are used when the information system process data that influence a company's financial statement. This is outside the firm lah. Okay. External auditors ni lebih penting sebenarnya menentukan performance of our company, of our in terms of financial lah. Kalau you adalah daripada company yang develop system. Okay. Implementation, the process of ensuring the information system is operational and then allowing users to take over its operation for use and evaluation. Kita ada old system, kita new system, kita ada parallel, this is what we call process untuk kita internship peralihan. Okay, transforming process. Okay, this involves making sure that each user understand any new roles that they must take on because of the new information system, choosing a conversion strategy. We have a few types of conversion strategy, providing proper security, privacy and disaster plans, and evaluating the new or modified system. In a large system project, the primary role of the analyst is overseeing the implementation by coordinating, estimating the time needed, and then supervising the installation of equipment for information system. Okay. Before we move to the new system, ini adalah proses peralihan di mana at the same time kita akan still guna old system, tapi at the same time kita start guna new system as well. So dia adalah learning curve bila kita nak guna the system. Okay. Training users and personnel to interact with the information system is an important part of implementation because users must usually be able to run the system without the intervention of the analyst. Okay, this is what we call training. Training strategies are determined by who is being trained and who will train them. Who to train? Siapa yang akan jadi trainee, and then who will be a trainer? Okay, people who join the training. People who train users, siapa? The objective for the training methods macam mana, sama ada hands-on, maksudnya just directly user system, maksudnya isi depan training semua lah. Okay, training site sama ada kita buat dekat developer side ataupun kita buat dekat user side. Okay, yang ni membezakan alpha and beta testing lah. Okay. And then beta testing ni biasanya dibuat, kalau tak silap saya beta testing ni adalah kita buat dekat side of developer. Alpha testing, you buat test, you buat test at the user place. Okay, dekat tempat user sendiri. Dengan keadaan dia, dengan network dia orang, dengan dia punya connection semua. So this is what we call alpha testing. Okay, training methods tadi hands-on ataupun secara online. Macam sekarang ni new normal online. Okay, ataupun you nak gunakan secara whiteboard sahaja ke. Okay, so this is depends lah. Biasanya kalau sistem memang kita akan hands-on. Training sites, okay, sama ada developer sites ataupun user sites, and then training materials that need for the training session. Okay. Who to train? All people who will have primary or secondary use of the system. Sesiapa sahaja yang akan guna sistem ni, dia perlu attend the training. To ensure that users of different skills levels and job interests are separated. Okay, maksudnya novice user, you kena differentiatekan dengan, you kena group, you put in different group lah. Novice user, beginner dengan advanced user, for example. Right? It is trouble to include novice in the same training session as expert. Novice are quickly lost and expert are rapidly bored with basics. Okay, sebab tu you need to group them based on their own skill. Okay, for the beginner, which is a novice ni, you letaklah group sebab kadang-kadang dia orang susah nak tangkap their basic part. Okay, but for the advanced users, for the expert one, they already know the basics. They just need to know more features about the system, for example. Okay. People who train users, of course, normally vendors, often provide offsite 1 or 2 day training session on your equipment. Contoh kalau kita langgan macam Petari, kita buat langganan database yang baru. Okay. Lepas tu vendors akan buat satu session to train the academician, siapa researcher, student, PhD student, okay, how to use the database. Maksudnya database ni adalah tempat jurnal-jurnal research diorang dikompilekan. Often provide okay, this is a offsite 1 or 2 day training session on your equipment lah, macam mana nak gunakan dia punya database. System analysts know the organization, so can often provide a good training. Okay, sebab they are the person who involved in the system development. Excellent paid trainers may have broad experience in teaching people how to use a variety of computers. Ni kita nampak, okay, kita nampak semasa online class, okay, when we are in the pandemic before, okay, we can see masa PKP tu kita akan nampak banyak workshop yang dibuat oleh siapa-siapa academician yang expert menggunakan online platform untuk mengajar, dia akan share. This is what we call paid trainers lah. In-house trainers usually familiar with the skills and learning preference of personnel and can tailor measures to their needs. Okay, ini lebih kepada in-house ni, in person in our organisation lah. Okay, tapi this person is have more skillful and experience lah compared to the majority of the user, for example. Other system users let the trainer train a group of users who then act as trainers. Okay, this is what you can call other system users lah. Okay. Dia panggil let the train ada trainer, okay, train a group of users. Lepas tu you train ke diorang, ni kita panggil train of trainer. Okay, TOT, train of the trainer. You train this group and then you let them train the user. Okay, maksudnya bukan kalau you ada the trainer for the TOT course. Okay, maksudnya bila you dah train the trainer tu, your student tu yang akan menjadi trainer untuk another batch of for example. Okay, this is called TOT lah. Train of the trainer. Okay, 4 major guidelines for setting up training. Of course, first you need to establish a measurable objective. You need to define the objective. Okay, using appropriate training methods. Okay, what methods is suitable for you to train. Okay, it depends on the context of the system as well, and depends on the environment of the system. Selecting suitable training sites. Okay, sama ada you nak buat dekat user sites ataupun you nak buat dekat developer sites. Employing understandable training materials. Okay, make sure all the materials that are provided to the users is easy for them to understand. Okay, jangan gunakan jargon lah, kata-kata yang belum pernah dengar lagi, for example. Okay, appropriate training objective, method, sites and materials are contingent on many factors. Training objective depends on the requirement of user's job. Training methods depends on user's job, facility, background and experience. Use combination of lecture, demonstration and hands-on or in study. As a system, kita kalau you nak train them to how to use the system, of course hands-on you need to include in your session. Okay. Then you can combine with lecture or demonstration lah. Okay, training site depends on training objective, cost in terms of cost, availability, free vendor sites with appropriate equipment, in-house installation and rented facilities. Ataupun you boleh buat dekat site user sites lah. Okay. Training materials depends on user needs, operating manuals, cases, prototypes of equipment and output, and also online tutorials. Okay, yang ni boleh buat lah pada semua user yang attend your training session. Okay. Okay, now we move to the conversion strategies. Okay, this is one of the important subtopic in this learning unit. Okay, conversion is the process from changing from the old information system to the new. So conversion is transition process to how you transform yourself. Okay, okay, when you want to use your system. There is no single best way to proceed with conversion. Dia ada banyak cara dia lah. Okay, direct changeover, process conversions, gradual or phase conversion, modular prototype conversion, and distributed conversion. Okay, dan ni lebih mudah kita faham lah when you look at this diagram. Okay, direct changeover, when you memang totally stop, you terus tukar. You stop here, the old system, and then you just instruct all your staff to use the new one. Okay, product conversion at the same device just lari. Okay, you still use the old one, and at the same time you already start the new one. Okay, this is what we call product conversion lah. Gradual conversion, tak keseluruhan features tu you terus gunakan, mungkin bit by bit lah, the process ataupun the features ataupun unit yang you boleh convert, you boleh gunakan. Okay. Modular conversion, this is by module. Okay, mungkin modul yang kurang penting dulu, you try, okay, you transform you convert to the new one. Okay, lepas tu diikuti dengan modul-modul yang kurang penting, for example. Distributed conversion dia ada phase by phase lah. Ini phase dia lah. Okay, mungkin sama ada by time, by month ataupun by module itself. Okay. Okay, this is the expression for each conversion. Direct changeover, all system stops, new one starts. Okay, you need very clear. Need extensive testing. Of course, you need to do a lot of testing, extensive testing before you can start a new system. Risky approach to conversion sebab memang ada risk kat sini sekiranya new user tak dapat adapt dengan a new system. Okay, there's a risk there. Users may resent being forced into using an unfamiliar system without recourse. Okay, no adequate way to compare new results to all. Dan kita dapat nak compare lagi dah because the old system already stopped. Okay, parallel conversion run the old and new system at the same time. And this lari dah at the same time kita run all and new system. The advantage is that you can check new data against all data. You can still do a comparison. The disadvantage is doubling employees workload because they have to handle all system and new system at the same time. Okay. Graded conversions combines best features of parallel and direct conversions. Volume and transaction is gradually increased volume sebab the volume dia ni lah kita pada database ke, monthly ke, masa ke, okay. Advantages is that users can evolve with the system gradually, slowly lah, maksudnya dia slowly kat sini. Agile methodologies use this conversion approach. Okay, agile sebab dia masa yang pendek. Alright. Okay, modular prototype conversion, each module is tested and put into use. The advantage is that each module is thoroughly tested before being used. Users are familiar with each module as it becomes operational. Object-oriented methodologies often use this approach. Okay, sebab dia based on object lah, by object. Okay, tested and put into use. Dia maksudnya module by module lah. Okay. Each module is thoroughly tested before being used. Maksudnya semua memang properly tested lah. Okay, sebelum boleh digunakan. Okay. And then the good thing is user are familiar with each module. Okay, dia boleh familiar biasakan mereka sendiri dengan sistem yang baru untuk membuat segala transaction yang perlu lah. Okay. Okay, distributed conversions, when there are many installations of the same system, such as branch offices, for example, banking, franchises, such as restaurant and clothing stores, install software at one office. Okay, you have a few branches, for example. Okay, branches kat Kuching, you dah gunakan sistem ni belum, tapi branches dekat KL belum, for example. Okay, ini contoh kita katakan distributed conversion. Advantages is that problems can be detected in content. Bila contoh Kuching punya branch dah guna yang baru, tapi dia orang ada problem, so you can control the problems with you can control the problems only affected at Kuching branch sahaja. It's not affected to the whole system of the other branch. Okay. Disadvantage is that even when one conversion is successful, each site will have its own peculiarities to work through. Okay, because different sites have different problems and different custom unique lah, different location, different site or different branch too. So of course they have different problems. Okay. Other conversion considerations, ordering equipment up to 3 months ahead of plant conversions. Okay, yang ni you kena consider jugalah. Okay, this is another consideration that you should think before you do a conversion. Okay, ordering any external materials supplied to the information system, toner cartridge, paper, pre-printed forms and warranty media. Okay, whatever these can you gunakan, for example. Okay. Yang ni ordering equipment up to 3 months yang ni mungkin melebihi 3 months pun ada, terutama masa PKP dengan keadaan sekarang ni memang more than 3 months lah. Appointing a manager to supervise the preparation of the installation site. Okay, of course you need to appoint a manager to supervise the installation process. Okay, planning, scheduling and supervising programs and data entry personnel. Okay, this is for project management techniques to review, to check your Gantt chart, to monitor the Gantt chart, successfully communicating with team members. Okay, these are all the things that you need to consider when you try to convert from the old system to the new system. All right. Okay, class. Any question? Okay. All right. Okay. For the tutorial, okay, tomorrow we will discuss tutorial. Okay, so you still have time to do it. Okay. Now, if you we stop at 4:45. If you have any question about your assignment, about your project, you can ask me. You can ask me now. Actually, last week I'm on traveling. I was traveling last week. Sebab tu saya lambat sikit dan reply. Okay. Okay. Ada apa-apa soalan? Tutorial tomorrow we discuss. Okay. If you have any question about your project, you can ask me now. Okay. What does it means by crucial process flow? Crucial process flow ni adalah sekejap, saya tengok question balik. Selalu sangat soalan student tanya benda ni. Sekejap lagi. Sekejap, I buka edit, I ambil balik ini. Okay, crucial process flow ni adalah proses yang paling penting dan paling banyak dia punya pecahan dia, anak-anak dia. Okay, dia banyak anak-anak dia. Maksudnya ini adalah proses yang paling penting. Of course, dia akan ada data flow, of course dia akan ada data store, of course dia akan ada level 1. Okay, yang ni for crucial flow lah. Guideline lah kan? Project guideline lah kan? You punya soalan kan? Okay. Project guidelines here. Okay, prototype, a complete non-operational prototype provided with links. Virtual database is not compulsory. However, you must be able to justify the flow of information. Okay, ramai yang keliru dengan slide 6 and 7 Okay, the report should comprise of 4 parts, table of contents. Okay, reports you akan ada semua interface. Akan ada semua interface yang anak-anak semua tu. Maksudnya akan ada complete system lah, complete interface. Okay? Kalau ada feedback interface, kalau ada name interface, semua ada lah. Semua ada. Tapi benda yang you perlu demo adalah benda yang penting, the very important one and very crucial one. Yang sangat penting dan sangat-sangat crucial lah. Okay? In your slide 6, slide 3 to 5, logical design data flow diagrams. 3, 4, 5 adalah logical design data flow diagrams. Mungkin dekat sini you boleh masukkan your apa gitu. Context diagram. Context diagram, you level 0, level 1. Okay, mungkin level 1 akan ada, ni boleh pecahkan dalam beberapa slide, dalam satu set dalam beberapa lah. Kalau tak pun, the rest tu you kena masukkan dalam report. Okay? Okay, for the slide 6, display demo. Maksudnya, satu slide ni hanya untuk demo saja. When you demo, of course you have to record it. To record perjalanan your interface. And then the process, you can choose the most biggest process lah. Maksudnya proses yang akan ada anak-anak dia nanti. Okay? Login tu bukan the crucial process. For me, login tetap. Untuk ni mungkin the crucial process untuk untuk our case study mungkin adalah dari segi vendor. Okay, melibatkan vendor yang supplier mengisi form dan macam mana itu antara yang boleh you unikan lah. Okay, yang you boleh explain more. Maksudnya bila you explain more, you akan ada sub process for level 1 for that process. Let's say the selection of the two of the process tu, sekejap saya tengok. Sekejap. Okay, can you tell me apa proses yang paling penting untuk kita punya case study? Can someone share with me? Apa dia? Calculation for the payment boleh, tapi calculation you bukan hanya tunjuk calculation sahaja, you kena tunjuk daripada mana figure tu dapat, siapa yang enter that the number of product, for example, number of item, of course the calculation from someone, from figure that someone yang enter kan. Jadi proses tu semua, si calculation tu yang you akan tunjukkan. Itu yang the crucial part. Okay? Boleh? Supplier register, bagi saya registration dia tak crucial sangat. Okay? Sebab the most important one is the most important process is the calculation lah. Yang of course, tapi bukan setakat calculation satu interface saja. Tak. Okay? Contoh dia akan salah, akan ada feedback interface tu. Iaitu yang perlu tunjukkan lah. Tapi adakah sistem you akan cover calculation part? Adakah benda tu dalam sistem calculation part? Ada kan dalam sistem kan? Kan? How you manage your sales information, how you manage your stocks. It depends lah. Mungkin ada you rasa ada 2-3 yang penting tapi you pilih yang paling penting saja. Ingat login bagi saya yang tu memang penting tapi yang tu tak crucial. Crucial tu melibatkan banyak proses dan dia ada anak-anak dia lagi. Ada level 1 proses. Let's say when you set calculation for calculation for the payment ni, mungkin dalam calculation for the payment is the sub process actually. Okay, calculation ni adalah sub process for level 1 or level 2. Tapi dalam level 0 mungkin you katakan ni sebagai manage stocks ataupun manage stock ataupun inventories for example Okay. Jadi calculation ni adalah sub kepada proses number 2, for example manage stocks, jadi manage item, manage supply ke apa. Okay, jadi kat situ pecahan dia kat situ. Kalau key in do the collection, the staff will do it. If the staff do it manually, sepatutnya sistem you akan kira kan, staff tak akan buat manually, right? The collection. Itu tujuan kita nak transform the system to transform the manual to the system, right? Okay, kita nak elakkan macam tu lah. Elakkan miscalculation, okay? Yes, if no for the only one part yang you demo, each part that part should be the most important, the main process lah, the main process yang yang you demo kan. Maksudnya dalam slide yang ke-6 tu, Slide ke-6, dia kata display demo and describe the interfaces of one crucial process flow from the FT. Maksudnya dalam slide tu, you embedkan video of your demo. Video of your demo. Okay? Slide 6 tu mesti video demo. Mesti video demo. Tapi bila video demo, of course you boleh cover, dalam video tu, of course you boleh cover banyak prototype kan? Ada beberapa prototype, betul tak? Right? Jangan post, okay, video demo don't include all the process, but you only choose one crucial process flow. Satu proses yang sangat penting dan sangat besar. Maksudnya dia ada sub process, you can exploit it to the level 1. Faham? Video only one, and you embed the video in the display demo ni. Video presentation is video yang you present slide tu. Of course dalam present slide tu, okay, you go to slide 1. Slide 1 tadi apa? Project title. Okay, ini video presentation lah, you record. Okay, you cerita slide 1 apa, project title. Lepas tu cerita product statement. Lepas tu you cerita logical design of data flow, like context diagram, level 0, level 1 semualah. Okay, lepas tu slide 6, bila you sampai ke slide 6, you letak tu demo, ini macam yang FYP buat lah. Saya assume macam ni, memang macam dia yang saya assume. Sebab dia kata display dalam kurungan demo. You demo dalam slide yang ke-6, you demo the system yang, dan bukan semua proses you demo, tak, you demo proses yang sangat-sangat penting yang ada melibatkan data store, yang ada melibatkan data flow yang penting. Okay, sebabnya dalam slide ke-7 dia akan minta you pilih salah satu crucial data store. Kan? Okay, jadi slide ke-6 ni adalah satu video di mana video tu akan you cover prototype yang penting untuk proses yang crucial sahaja, yang sangat-sangat penting dan sangat penting lah. Okay, sangat penting, dan you boleh pecahkan kepada beberapa sub-proses. Bila you pecahkan beberapa sub-proses, baru dapat tengok link of the interface tu. Maksudnya, okay, you kena buat 2 video kat sini. Satu video mula you record video prototype. Okay, mula-mula you record prototype, demo prototype of the crucial process only. Okay, crucial process tu termasuk data store dia, kalau dia data store, apa data store yang involve. Tapi tunjuk data store tu, kalau tunjukkan dia punya interface design dia, report tu adalah salah satu daripada data store juga kan, output dia. Okay, kalau you ada buat design untuk output dia, you tunjuk. Okay, you tunjukkan dalam presentation of the demo tu sekali. Selepas you selesai demo untuk crucial process, okay, you stop. You ambil video tu, you embedkan, you playkan benda tu dalam slide yang ke-6. Faham? Lepas tu, you akan record lagi sekali, you run, you assume macam ni tau. Bila you record tu, you assume you present dekat saya. Kenapa kita buat kita tak nak buat student buat online presentation? Sebab kita tak nak student ambil masa nak tunggu benda tu jalan kalau ada technical problem. Jadi you hantar siap-siap video tu, konon-konon you record the video untuk saya tengok. Di mana slide ke-6 tadi adalah slide video demo untuk crucial process yang ada. Faham? Jadi you ada 2 video kat sini lah. Satu you record, mula-mula you kena record demo you dulu. Demo the system only. Untuk slide yang ke-6 tu. Bagi saya bila kata 4 hingga 8 minit, saya rasa macam sikit sangat benda ni. Tapi remember, proses yang tak crucial, you kena masukkan dalam report semua. Okay? Ingat, section 2 for the report content organization, section 2 is user interface design. Okay, user interface design maksudnya you masukkan semua proses user interface yang related to that process. Okay. So slide 7 how to explain. Excuse me. Slide 7 how to explain. Slide 7 tadi. Okay. Kenapa you katakan that data store adalah crucial data store? Of course, is from the crucial process lah. Itu one of the reason. Dan kenapa benda tu dikatakan crucial data store? Mungkin you cari reason yang lain selain daripada proses daripada crucial process. Okay, yang ni tak ada betul dan salah. Okay, cuma you kena explain, you give a reason. Dan ingat bila you pilih data store tu mesti adalah data store yang berkaitan dengan crucial process. Okay, boleh? Jadi ada 2 video yang awak perlu record. Satu video untuk demo saja. Okay, maksudnya macam kita tengok demo dalam YouTube tu mana tu demo. Lepas tu you embedkan demo tu, yang tu tak banyak sangat lah, hanya satu crucial process saja. You embedkan video tu dalam slide ke-6. Lepas tu bila you dah susun dalam slide ke-6, slide 1 hingga 7 semua ready, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 semua ready, and then you present. Siapa present slide 1, satu present slide 2, you present, cakap. Macam konon-konon you buat online presentation tapi you record the session. Itulah. Okay? Data store just say the information safe in which file. Okay, dan data store tu, bila benda tu data store, you katakan crucial data store, okay, you kena mention apa data dalam tu, data description data dalam tu, apa data. Contoh data store dia, saya tak nak bagi yang berkaitan dengan projek, saya nak bagi contoh data store student. Okay, iaitu kita katakan crucial, apa ID student, matric number, okay, matric number student, nama student, average student, okay, CGPA student. Okay, ini contoh-contoh, ingat data dictionary, benda-benda yang you masuk. Okay, is it okay if you put the FD there and then explain? Okay, boleh. DFD you means what? Mungkin you boleh screenshot saja data store tu dekat proses yang mana. Okay, screenshot, lepas tu you explain, tak ada masalah. Data store level 0 or level 1 should be the same data store. Okay? Kalau level 0 dia ada data store, of course level 1 dia akan ada data store lah. Okay? Yes, data store that relates with the crucial process. Contoh you ambil proses nombor 3 tu sebagai crucial process, then data store that related to proses nombor 3 will become the crucial process. Then easy for you to explain in your slide 7 lah, kenapa you katakan ni crucial process, crucial data store, because this is the crucial stores the data from the crucial process. Apa data yang disimpan tu you kena mention juga apa data yang disimpan data store. Okay? Macam for example calculation, mungkin dia cakap tadi list of calculation tadi kan, calculation of semua maklumat dari situ yang akan disimpan dalam data store. Okay, so we just mention lah name of supplier ke, name of item, okay, right? Then the most important thing for me is your DFD tu kena okay, sebab sini ada hujan lebat ni. Saya dah cakap apa dia ni? Boleh dengar? Okay kelas, boleh? Okay. Tengok balik soalan tu. Okay. Jangan stress. Ada extension time dia, don't be stress. Okay. Esok kita bincang lagi. Tapi esok, first we start with tutorial. Okay. Kalau esok pun tak habis juga, kita boleh bincang lagi ke depan. Saya tak ada masalah, as long as saya tak ada meeting, saya boleh buat je kelas. Okay? Boleh? Don't worry. Okay? share. Okay. Boleh you share if you don't mind kalau kawan-kawan tengok lah. Tak ada masalah. And then one more thing, please refer to rubric. Okay? Sebab sekarang ni saya tak refer rubric tapi bila I marking, I akan refer rubric. Contoh dia kata ada minimum berapa data store, berapa ni, you have to follow that thing. Okay? Alright, we also don't mind you share your best, Kevin. Alright. Okay, class, see you tomorrow, boleh? Buat tutorial, kita buat tutorial cepat, lepas tu kita discuss about project. Boleh? Kan lagi ke? Cepat. Dah hujan ni. Allah hai. Okay.